What's up? We're live. Okay, that is indeed making noise. Good. So we're live again. We're playing the Nintendo Switch. Something I haven't done in a hot minute. Because they happened to release this little game called Deadly Premonition 2. Deadliest Premliest. And I have been so very excited to play it. So I really love the first game. It's like one of my favorite jank games ever. I still can't believe it got a sequel. Please do not turn off the game ever. That's a fancy logo. That's not a fancy logo. Hey! This looks neat. Config files, please. I'm gonna need some... I'm sure subtitles are probably on by default, but I'm gonna need them. That all looks good. Controller. I'm not playing it with the... Playing it docked, you fool. Alright. Off to Dead Prem 2. Oh, I can't fucking wait. I love this dumb shit. December 30th at 16:50. It says it big time on the screen, but it still gives you the closed captioning for it. Here we see a man. Eventually. This person frozen in ice? Is that what's going on with this one? How can they be encased in ice? We're in Louisiana. We don't believe in ice. Chopped up too, huh? It's a interesting art piece. I don't think the Louvre would accept that one. Quit telling me to skip it. I don't want to skip it. Hurry, we gotta get her out of there. Maybe we can still save her. 88 hours. Suburb of Boston.
God damn it. What a way to start the new year.
Oh, we gameplay now?
I'll be dead by Easter.
Quiet down, Agent Jones.
Oh, it doesn't matter which way. Because I immediately pressed down to see if I could go the other way, but she walked forward.
You have any idea what
so it doesn't matter how
I'd be half
I hold the
naked
stick.
in Havana right now if you hadn't shown up. So
she turns in the jankiest way
possible. Of
possible.
bikini queens, a mojito in one hand,
Oh, this
and
is gonna
a
be
seafood slathered
fantastic.
Havana-style pizza in the other.
Mojito.
What did I do to deserve this?
Listen here, Rook.
Agent Jones, don't let him take control of the conversation. The moment you let your guard down, he'll strike.
These character models are something else. Especially him. That beard, though.
And no red, remember?
No red. Take off that tie. Stupid rookie. Wearing red. You know, that's not agency protocol.
It's open. Come on in.
Come on in. Hello. Always nice to have a visitor or two. coffee drinking crowd. Oh, I didn't know you were allowed to show that on video games. To be an old man in an armchair.
That's why you're here, isn't it?
Is it not? Francis Zach Morgan. Oh, still can't move in the directions. This is still pretty on rails. Oh, you live like this? Nice compy. You got Minecraft? Let me just lay it out for you. And what looked like Comic Sans. What happened to her fingy?
Mr. Morgan, before we question you, allow me to first read you your rights.
Am I being
Anything you
detained?
say may be used against you in a court of law. Please keep that in mind as you speak. Do we have permission to film this?
Aaliyah Davis.
Don't worry, my fairy. They're free to do whatever they like.
Something wrong, Mr. Morgan? I'm FBI Special Agent Aaliyah Davis, and this is
Simon Jones.
I've read your file.
An analyst
I know
from
all
the
about
Boston
you.
branch. He's been monitoring us for years now.
This looks
Oh,
strangely like the apartment from D4. Which I think also happened in Boston.
seriously.
A Southern belle and a lonesome loser who can't
So there's
catch a
some,
break.
Some connotation there.
Quite the uncanny duo. You'd be the perfect stars for the latest video game.
Fourth wall, who needs it?
Isn't that right, my fairy?
Dark laughter.
How many years has it been since someone came to chat with us? Oh, but don't ask me about my fairy.
My fairy godparents.
That's a private matter.
It's hard to tell what he's thinking, but my eyes can't be deceived. If he's hiding something, it'll come out in his face.
I swear this is the same. The same apartment from D4.
You solved many difficult cases across your career,
But what was your favorite difficult case?
utilizing your own unique MO. You've expertly cracked cases that were otherwise thought to be unsolvable. According to our records, after joining the FBI in 2002, you quickly solved 2 drug ring-related
Wow.
kidnapping cases.
Impressive.
In 2003, you solved the Inside Out Flesh Skinner case. the
Inside out
suburbs of
flesh
Pittsburgh.
skinner case. Be a little less creative.
In 2004, the Jeffrey
Jeffrey
Dahmer
Dahmer
wannabe
wannabe.
case in Milwaukee.
We called him Jeffrey Dahmer.
And also the stuffed human collector case in St. Louis that very same year.
Quite the resume.
Then, in 2005, you coincidentally happened to solve the Lise Clarkson murder
While on
case
vacation. Good
while
going,
on
bud.
vacation. You went on to solve many other cases after that, all of them seemingly inexplicable. Did you really solve these cases all on your
No,
own?
I had help from
There are no
brain.
records of you using a wide-scale investigative team or working with anyone else. How did you ever accomplish such monumental feats all by yourself?
You see, Miss Davis, the first step is being smart.
It was all thanks to our talented partner.
Partner.
A partner.
The FBI files show no record of you ever working with a partner. Do you mean you worked with some sort of unofficial partner or an outside confidant?
Our partner is our partner. We've always worked
It'd
together.
be great if he was talking about the player during that.
Besides, Belle, you're forgetting one important thing. After the St. Louis case, we stopped by a diner on our way home and caught Thelma and Louise, two highly sought-after fugitives.
Ooh. Detective vision. Look out, Batman. That didn't seem to do anything. Wait, I didn't inspect.
Excuse me,
Using
Mr.
the wrong
Morgan,
buttons.
but would you please refrain from consuming that while we speak?
Why are you bringing that up now? He's been doing it for like 10
I'm
minutes.
talking about
Talking about the
Yes,
marijuana.
that.
Don't get in our way and we won't get in yours.
Unfortunately, questioning doesn't work like that. Our data needs to be consistent. Now please put out that stinking indulgence right this
It
minute.
is awfully stinky.
If we say no.
Then I'll put it out myself, using force.
Wow. No need to get
Whoa,
hostile.
whoa, Aaliyah. This is
I'll toss you out
Morgan's
with
house.
My duct taped fucking pallet of milk. What the fuck even is that? Oh, I guess I'm
Besides,
making a
it's legal in
making a
Massachusetts
flotation
for
device out of
individuals to
milk
consume
cartons.
cannabis in the comfort of their own homes. And I mean, come on.
I see Simon's cool.
It's
He gets
medicinal.
it.
Exactly.
Look,
Francis Zach Morgan.
Francis Zach Morgan.
He was once an FBI special agent, an extremely talented one. At least that's what they tell me. Perhaps he was a little too
He's a
talented.
little too good, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing happens when I do that.
Hey, Belle. Why are you dressed so handsomely?
Because I want to be.
What are you talking about?
The thick black accessory wrapped around
It's
your
called a
neck.
tie, Morgan.
That's a male necktie. The color black represents confidence and
Is that what it
interest
represents?
in the self.
Well, if I wear black all the time, why do I not feel confidence?
And
Have my t-shirts been lying to me this
your
whole time?
decision to wear a male tie symbolizes your declaration of war against a predominantly male society. Or perhaps it's a psychological barrier meant to hide the weakness
Damn it,
that
Morgan.
dwells deep
You're too
within you.
good.
We admire your bravery.
I thought you retired from profiling.
Bullseye, huh? You're an easy one to read.
I had your type pinned down before you even walked in the front door.
In order to think with society, a man must first gouge out his eyes and cut off his ears.
That's an interesting take.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Don't judge a book by his ass.
For someone who's supposed to have been one of our best, you've got an awful eye for people. Or did all that smoke and kill all your little gray cells?
Hey, Don't make fun of my brain. Okay.
Okay, Aaliyah, that's enough. She's smart, but she's also more of a shrew than she
Now,
lets
Simon, we're just airing out all the dirty laundry now, aren't we?
Agent Jones, that's sexual harassment.
So, Belle, does that barrier of yours also protect you from violent criminals?
Do it. No. I don't know what
He's more
dark
dangerous
laughter
than
is
I
supposed to
thought.
sound like.
Can't read him. I'll just have to assault him head on with questions then. First, I'll try using the files on the table to shake him up.
Unfinished chess game. Look at his eyes.
Stage
Look me in the
4
face.
progressive malignant tumor. How do humans behave when they know death is just around the corner? And what if that human is also a high-functioning sociopath? An ornate antique chessboard. Looks like he stopped halfway through the game.
Obviously, York. Whoopsie. Okay, so maybe that just shows me the one that's gonna like progress the story.
Mr. Morgan, may I ask you a question purely out of curiosity? If it makes you uncomfortable, just let me know, and I'll retract it.
Belle, what's wrong? You sure put a lot of effort into that approach.
It's a question about death.
About this body?
Yes, about that one.
Are you afraid of what's coming?
Think carefully about why we're smoking this, then ask us again.
Yeah, that's a suspiciously strong line. I think that's a good one.
Honestly, we're not afraid. Rather, we find it intriguing.
Intriguing.
Have you ever been to the Grand Canyon in winter?
I can't say that I have.
No.
In the dead of winter, the Grand Canyon is terribly cold. Colder than you could imagine. The cold that no photograph could ever express. The sun. Powerless. And the temperature drops below
Is
zero.
that actually true? I haven't bothered to look
Right
it
in
up.
the middle of the day.
Meaning?
Meaning, you can't really understand something until you experience it for yourself. If you want to learn more about us, you need to gain more experience, Belle.
Let me ask you about that chess game.
That chessboard looks rather old. And you can't even buy those ivory pieces anymore.
Right. They were banned by the CITES Treaty.
That was made in France in the
Ooh, so
1900s.
it's a fancy one.
We know it's in bad taste. But the weight of the ivory just feels so good in our hands.
Phrasing?
You play chess alone?
Is that a crime?
Yes, you're under arrest.
No. But it's a hard game to enjoy when you're all by yourself.
He's probably just replicating famous games.
Is that a
Or
thing?
trying to solve problems from a chess workbok. Right, Morgan? I may not look it, but I'm actually a bit
I'm
of
a
a
bit of a
chess nut
chestnut.
myself.
I'm a bit of a walnut.
When I was
so-
in school, I used to pore over every issue of Chess Life, the magazine published by the U.S. Chess Federation.
What an interesting young
Well-
man you were.
Unfortunately, your guess is completely wrong, Agent Jones. He isn't replicating a famous game, nor is he solving workbook problems. There isn't a single chess book to be found in this apartment.
Well, yeah, if you look at the records, you won't find a chess book. Maybe if you look at the books.
And I didn't find any chess-related websites in his
How
internet
did you check
history.
that already? So I love that he's got a sticky note that just says, hello.
He was simply playing chess. All alone.
So, what's wrong with that, Belle?
It means you're a fucking loser, Morgan.
I don't understand it. How could a single human being seriously play as both sides?
Ah, but you see, that's the genius in it. Then I know all of my own moves. So I know I can counter all my own moves. It ends in a stalemate 9 times out of 10.
Confessed to stealing personal data. Seems like that's a much bigger problem.
Oh no. Everything was done in a perfectly legal manner. We simply happened to intercept a handful of data being sent out from an unknown origin.
Ooh, now she's really trying to scare us. Did you hear that, my fairy? Serious nightmare fuel.
What's this fairy you keep talking about? Alright. On to the case files.
Do you remember the homicides that took place in Le Carré, Louisiana in 2005?
We solved that case.
Your report states the following. By coincidence, you encountered a serious incident in a town you visited while on vacation.
Yeah, it was completely on accident.
You then decided to steal the right to investigate from the local law enforcement and took over the case. After
This is under
several more
my
homicides, you managed to apprehend the perpetrator.
Determination.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened. We stole the right to investigate from them, just as you said.
It all started when the body of a 16-year-old girl was discovered. You arrived in Le Carré immediately after that, didn't you?
We just can't seem to keep ourselves away from dead girls.
Creepy.
Did you really visit that town just to take a vacation?
We don't know. If you already have the report, then we suggest you read it, Belle. Either way,
Case closed.
That
Put
case
away.
is
Back on the
closed.
shelf.
Closed. You sure about that? Don't you think this puzzle is still missing some crucial pieces?
Like what?
come on. No need to beat around the bush with us, Belle.
Hey, get out of there.
They found Lise Clarkson's body. It was hidden deep within the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
After 14 years, we finally discovered the body of the very first victim. Do you know what this means? That's why we're here.
Wait, trying to get me to come back?
The first victim in the case he solved, Lise Clarkson. This is a photograph of what she looks like now. How will he react when he sees it?
Here, have a look.
We're pleased that her body turned up. Deeply pleased.
You claim to have closed this case, but now a lost body suddenly surfaced. Aren't you curious about the details?
No.
Body or not, we already solved that case. Lisa's body can't change anything now. And it certainly has nothing to do with us.
I suspect the body was stored there rather than abandoned, due to the unnatural state it was found in. She was found frozen in a storage unit. Therefore, she looks exactly the same as she did when she disappeared. In fact, she's in such good condition that we can even determine the murder weapon and cause of death.
Well,
Why haven't you?
good for you.
Good for you.
Even stranger is how unbelievably beautiful she looks. At first glance, few would guess she was a murder victim at all. She looks more like a piece of art, or a mythological figure from a painting.
This keeps getting better and better.
Better and better?
Isn't that right, my fairy? A corpse as beautiful as a goddess. Sounds just like our story. Yes. Yes.
That went okay. Now I'm sure that Morgan's hiding something. I may be able to get what I want if we go deep.
I'm out of detective time.
You may be wondering why we decided to unearth all these old files.
Everything happens for a reason.
The moment Lise Clarkson's body was found, we did the best we could to start our own local investigation. But there wasn't much we could actually investigate due to the damage caused by the hurricane.
Yeah, that would cause some trouble.
Then we assume you also questioned everyone who worked in the warehouse.
Of course. We questioned all the Clarkson Food Delivery Services employees who staffed the warehouse and its owner, but we still have yet to obtain any key
They were all
testimonies.
like, nah, dude, I didn't see nothing.
Par for the course with a 14-year-old case, if you ask me.
Not to mention how bad the timing was. Most of the employees were on vacation.
So, you gave up on the investigation and came to see us instead.
I see how it is.
Remember what happened, my fairy? That warehouse. That man. So incoherent. Such a pain.
Hey, are you talking about the guy who managed the vault where Lisa's body was
The
found?
very same.
Yeah, I think he started working there in 2005.
You don't say.
Remember, Aaliyah? You said he was a pain to deal with, too.
A large man, yes?
Who you calling a large man?
No need to answer. If you don't want to. I'm sure you've already put him under surveillance. Textbook FBI protocol. Isn't there someone else you should have talked to before coming to us? Such as...
We were unable to reach Patricia Clarkson. You look surprised. I thought you already knew. After all, you visited Louisiana last week.
He's healthy enough to go to Louisiana?
We assumed you met with her during your time there.
We haven't been to Louisiana.
I haven't been to Louisiana. I don't even know what a Louisiana is.
Not in 14 years.
Is that so?
We've been right here in our apartment this entire time. That man is our witness.
What man?
Aren't you, Simon?
Oh.
He's right.
Yeah. I was on the surveillance team watching him. We watched him make this whole, like, pallet of milk cartons. Took him all day. It was really weird.
He didn't even take a single step outside on Christmas Eve. Which means that I didn't get to either.
Are you positive about that? I took the liberty of checking some airline records. Last Friday, the name Billy Bishop was listed on a morning flight
Billy
out of
Bishop.
Boston. This is the fake name you used to use as an agent, isn't it?
A mere coincidence.
Yet that's not all. That evening on the same day, A man with a large scar on his forehead allegedly purchased an '89 Cadillac from a small used car lot in Le Carré. He reportedly said he wanted something old, big, and strong. The owner of the car lot felt it was a strange order, so it stuck in his mind.
Our world is filled with mysteries. And
Perhaps
they always
it's a
have
copycat.
the most
You
bizarre
never know.
timing.
Incidentally, on the following day, an identical Cadillac was taken to a scrapyard in Trenton.
Hey, these things happen.
Trenton, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
You can find that type of car anywhere. Isn't that right, my fairy?
It's more of that damn dark laughter again. I don't know what that means.
Morgan's right. Even this messy room, especially when it comes to those strangely tidy spots. They're practically
Strangely
begging
tidy
me to
spots. I
question
don't see any of those spots in here. Except for like this. Why is this so clean?
Mr. Morgan, I found several spots in this room that look strangely clean. Did you tidy up a bit because you knew we were coming?
Well, yes, I made sure to dust a perfect isosceles triangle.
Those are sanctuaries. They've existed from the start.
Sanctuaries.
That's right. Sacred places. Hovels for pure souls, if you will.
This guy's weirding me out, dude.
Were there originally objects in those hovels? Something you didn't want us to see.
The soul's still there. We haven't touched a thing. But we know you can't see anything. Hey, Simon, don't touch
I
the
don't touch it.
sanctuary.
Filthy paws off of it, you dork.
Sorry.
That's a sanctuary. Don't ever touch it again. You've been watching us for 4.5 years, and you couldn't even figure that much out.
Hey, you fucking loser.
My bad. It's my first time actually coming inside,
Yeah.
you know.
I've heard that before.
You're earning far more than you deserve then. What were you doing all day in that black Suburban? We thought wiretapping was your specialty. Don't tell me. Crossword puzzles.
How did you know?
What do you think, my fairy? 4.5 years. All that time. What does he have to show for it?
Crossword puzzles? No way.
Crossword puzzles? No way. They were word searches.
Come on. I thought you knew. I'm a Sudoku guy.
Agent Jones.
Agent Jones, you're fucking fired, dude. Get out.
Oh, right.
He's completely taken control of the conversation. At this rate, we'll never get anywhere. I need to press him.
Stop rummaging. What are you doing?
Agent Jones, did you find the
No,
files?
I'm looking for my sandwich. Oh, here it is. Greenvale.
Mr. Morgan,
We gained a
do
letterbox.
you recognize these files?
Whoa. You touched a sanctuary. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Ow!
We told you. That's a sanctuary.
Let him go! Assaulting an FBI agent is an obstruction
told
of
you.
justice.
We told you. Go. Ah! Stay back. Stay back. Sanctuary. Down. Surrounded.
What the hell's wrong with him?
Ah! Ah!
Oh, the red.
Ah!
He saw red.
Yeah.
He's gone completely unstable.
Mr. Morgan?
Don't growl at my finger. You idiot, it's red.
I cut my finger with that can opener this morning. I thought I stopped the bleeding, but it seeped through.
What were you doing with that can
How can I
opener
be
this
so
morning?
stupid?
You need that can opener to open your coffee?
Everything should be fine now. I'm sorry for being so careless.
See, I put gloves on. We're maintaining proper social distancing.
I made sure to read through your file and learn about your condition. The color red. Such an unusual thing to fear. Please, accept my deepest apologies.
Yeah, you better be Jones.
I'm sorry.
This is all on you.
I don't know what I was thinking. I'll never touch one of your sanctuaries ever again. And no more red, either.
There's gotta be some red things in his apartment. Like that DVD cover back there on the top of the pile. That's kind of red. That couch? That's a little bit red.
Don't touch one. Again. I told them.
Now, may we return to our discussion?
No, my brain.
Don't worry. I won't let them.
Strangely enough, this man has a fear of the color red, and I believe that fear is connected to the Greenville case.
Oh yeah, the Red Seeds Chronicles. Ever heard of it?
Mr. Morgan? I'd like to ask you some questions about this case now.
We don't want to remember that town.
I'm sorry, but there's no way around
You
this.
have to remember what happened in the first game.
I remember hearing about this
Otherwise,
case
how
on
are
the news
people
when
that
I
are
was
just
still a
picking up this
student.
one gonna know what the story is?
A high school girl named Anna Graham was murdered, and the FBI stepped in to take over the
Graham.
case. I also remember it becoming a sprawled investigation due to evidence found in the victim's throat. Is that correct? After that case, you went on sick leave for 2 years. And when you returned, you requested to be switched over to desk work.
Can't
What
you see the
happened?
poor man's distraught? You just touched one of his sanctuaries.
That's a private matter. None of your business, Bill.
Were you traumatized? It's a common problem with prolific agents such as yourself. But there's another possibility that may make more sense. Perhaps you simply finished making preparations.
What does that mean? I'm calm now.
What are you getting?
Thinking too much about something will always turn it into a problem. The Greenvale case. Don't you think it resembles the Luke Carre case?
In certain aspects, maybe.
Read the report. We have nothing else to say.
I just need one more push. One more thing that can summon up the past.
Yeah, one more thing that can sum up the past, like this clock in his trash can. Picture of a leaf.
Mr. Morgan, please look at this.
What did we just say? We don't want
Yeah,
to
put your
remember
guard out.
Greenvale.
This isn't a photo from Greenvale. Look closely at it. Former Special Agent Francis Zach Morgan.
It's that tree.
This photograph predates Greenvale. It's from the Luke Carre case you worked on in 2005.
Red tree.
Red tree.
Yes,
Red
a
Seeds
red
Chronicle.
tree. Greenvale wasn't the first place you saw one of these. The Greenvale case and the Lise Clarkson murder case. They're connected.
Wait, the events in Lakari
By
was
these red trees,
before the first game?
aren't they?
Red trees.
Answer me. What are these trees?
Red trees.
I want the truth. Tell me everything
They're
you
trees,
know.
damn it. Okay. They're just trees.
The red trees. You really did your
They
homework.
produce the red seeds that make
Well
up the
done, Bell.
events of the Red Seeds Chronicle.
You're good. Damn
Wow,
good.
calm down, bud.
Are you ready to talk now? I want to know
Are you
what
ready
went
to talk
down in
now?
Le Carre
Laurel?
in 2005.
Fine. We'll tell you. We'll tell you what happened in that town. Yes. It was that red tree. That red tree ruined my life. It was a sultry summer. Sun comes down hard on you in the south. Like a torrential downpour of demonic whispers. It all started back in that sweltering summer. We still had our best friend with us back then. The other me.
I better have
My
Mr. Francis York Morgan.
Better half.
Haha. Established.
Never a choice when somebody
Sweary,
needs
we
you,
love you.
You can't turn away. You're their only lifeline, just a hero, a bullet for hire, working alone. Always a voice, a cry in the darkness, an echo of pain that's been long
Sultry.
forgotten.
There's that sultry
But it
summer day he was
haunts
talking
me, my destiny to be alone. There's a time when you see life
intro's
for
cool.
what it's gotta be. You should know they'll destroy you. We're called to make, to keep searching,
Scream.
walk alone.
Yo, that was rad. The fucking metal video. Holy shit. The fuck was that hairy ass belly? Did you see that? What the fuck was that? Yeah, swearing. Hell yeah, brother.
Zach.
Oh yeah, we're back to Francis York Morgan now. Zach,
Zach.
did you hear that?
Can you hear me, Zach?
Yes, hello. It's me.
There you are, Zach. Sleeping
A
again?
little bit.
Well, rise and shine. It's time for us to head back out into the chaos.
Off we go.
Isn't that right, Zach?
That damn red tree. Deadliest, friendliest. That's exactly what that says. 2005. Hey, Birdie. What'd you bring, a hook? Coffee.
Zach, it looks like she wants us to join her for breakfast. Perhaps this town's finally starting to warm up to us.
Fuck. What's that for? What a shot.
Look at that, Zach. She's welcoming us with open arms. She's even willing to share that tasty morsel with us. What an honor.
What a tasty honor.
Hurry up and chow down, mister. Unless you like your breakfast stale.
What an amazing
What a
place.
breakfast.
I've been on top of the moon since the moment I got here.
It's a whole ass omelet.
And the name of
fucking
this
lobster.
wonderful town, Le Carre.
2
Sounds like French to
sticks
me,
and a
but
bread.
What does it mean?
I'm the chef, David.
Hello, Chef David.
If you want to know about the town, you'd better ask the concierge. Only amateur chefs flap their gums about stuff that ain't food related.
Did you hear that, Zach? He's a true professional.
You say something,
Yes,
mister?
I was just talking to Zach.
No, not to you. I was just talking to Zach.
Called that one.
Zach?
Please don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter.
Yeah, leave Zach alone.
If you say so, still. Never thought the FBI would ever come out to a little old town like ours.
I do work for the FBI, but I didn't come here for an investigation. I just happened to stop by on my way to New Orleans.
Yeah, that's what they all
Never
say.
thought there'd be a murder out here either. And it was a 16-year-old kid. Now I tell you, this country
You can
seems...
say that again.
What you reckon, mister?
Zach, he's definitely a professional, but it seems like he's also a bit lonesome.
He does
It's
that
good.
while staring the
Ambivalence
guy dead
exists
in the
everywhere.
face.
Folks say the killer used an axe. Hell of an old-fashioned choice, if you ask me.
Actually, Chef David, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the incident.
But shoot, I ain't the one you ought to be asking, Mr. FBI. I only heard what I heard. But seeing as you're fixing to grill me, I can tell you what I know.
Please do. I
Tiny
appreciate
little
it.
smile. It's that smile. That damn smile. So just went
You said
straight
the
to, you know
victim
what,
was a
that'll be all, thank you.
16-year-old. Did you know her?
Well, sure. I reckon the whole town did.
Meaning?
She's Lise Clarkson, the little grandbaby of the Clarkson family.
The Clarkson family?
That's right.
The most famous family in all of the
You ain't seen they sign on your way in here? The one above that huge cold storage complex. Should have had a dragonfly on it. Anyway, that's the Clarkson family seat. They own most of the land around here, from the sugar plantations right down to the food processing plant. Yeah, I reckon they got a stake in just about everything. They even own the water tower on the edge of town, you know?
Oh, yeah,
They're the ones who built up this town, and they still support it.
So they pretty much own the town. Where's the house?
What do you know about the Clarkson's house?
Now, I ain't got nothing bad to say, but I'm gonna talk straight to you. You best steer clear of that place.
Oh, why? What's bad
That
with
family ain't just some gang. They're a whole different kind of people. They folks with real power. Remnants of the good old boys who shaped America in the early days. Especially the head of the family, P.J.
it? Is
Clarkson.
he floating?
He's the kind of monster
Now that I'm
And I'm
looking
sure
at him,
he's
looks
on
like he's
edge
kind of
now with
floating.
his granddaughter getting murdered and all. So don't go barging in with that shiny FBI badge of yours and think you'll be safe or nothing. Things are different down here. So if you plan on sticking around, you best remember that.
I see. I'll keep that in mind.
I see. What's the law enforcement doing?
Is the local law enforcement investigating the case?
Shoot, mister, what you
I'll
think?
take that as a no.
Now, I told you this ain't no city. We in the bonafide boondocks here. They got to know how to break up fights and keep folks from killing each other when they piss you off. They sit down and talk it out with you heart to heart. And when that don't work, they just beat your ass. That's the deep south for you. This murder ain't like that, though. A little kid got killed. A weird way. Like something on a TV show. The sheriff's department ain't never seen nothing like this.
What do you know about New Orleans?
Live and Let Die, Angel Heart, and The Pelican Brief. Right? 9 out of 10 people will name those titles when you ask them to think of a film set in New Orleans.
He's on about his damn films again.
They're all excellent movies, but to me they lack realism. Due to my line of work, I have a tendency to think deeply about what feels real and what doesn't.
What's your point?
Cat People. That's my point. Cat People, 1982, directed by Paul Schrader. The crowning achievement of Nastasia Kinski, the ultimate muse of the 80s. The most
Are you
vital
okay,
element
York?
of that movie is the reality it depicts. Leopards who turn into humans have intercourse with humans and turn back into
Well,
leopards.
that's weird.
Then they can only turn back into humans again if they mutilate their lovers. I was awestruck by the sheer reality of it all. Understand? I'm talking about hyper-realism. After watching it, I felt like I just had to experience the world of Cat People for myself. That's why I decided to visit New Orleans.
That's really that's weird. Yeah, that's my reaction. So okay.
Another vital element of Cat People is the presence of Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell from Blue Thunder. Oh, talk about a masterpiece. Listen carefully, David.
Listen
Only
here,
an
you
amateur
listen
would
good.
call A Clockwork Orange his best movie. His best movies are Cat People and Blue Thunder. Period. You need to remember this because it's the truth.
All right, I'll take your
Whatever
word
you
on it.
say,
I'll take your word
mister.
for it.
So, what's your point again?
Never mind, don't worry about it. I already covered all the important parts.
By the way, Mr. FBI, I ain't seen a car in the parking lot. How'd you get all the way out here,
walked.
huh? Don't tell me you walked.
Well, that's a very good question. Chef David, you've got a sharp eye. It's true that I didn't park my car in your parking lot
I parked it
You know
in some
why?
other parking lot.
Can't say I do.
because it was stolen.
Huh? But you with the FBI, right?
Even FBI cars can be stolen. It could happen after you park your car on the side of the road and go off to do some legwork. When you're eating lunch, when you're watching a movie, when you're asleep at night, when you're buying cigarettes at the local supermarket. Your car can be stolen anywhere. That's precisely what it means to be an FBI agent.
Is it now?
In my case, my car was stolen while I was on my way down here. But no need to worry. I already reported it to the local authorities. And I've also already acquired another mode of transportation.
Another mode?
Want to hear the details?
Not really. But I'll listen if you want me to.
Want to hear the details? No, but okay.
Then please do. After I finished my work in Houston, I flew to New Orleans. Then, I rented a car at the airport. Whenever I visit the West Coast, I always rent a convertible. Especially in California. But now I'm in hot and sticky Louisiana. So, I decided on
hybrid.
a brand new hybrid car with a fully equipped air conditioning system.
A hybrid car.
Oh yes, they're marvelous. Vehicles that utterly defy everything you think you know
Hybrids
about
are pretty
cars.
good.
Now, In the year 2005, it feels like we finally entered the 21st century. Stomp down on the gas all you want. The engine won't make a sound.
It's silent?
At first, I felt like the landscape was moving past me
That
on
just
its
means
own.
they didn't want to put vehicle sounds in the game, so they just gave him a hybrid.
Give it a few more years, and I'm sure we'll start seeing cars that run purely on electricity. And who knows? In a decade or so, electric sports cars may end up lining the parking lots of Silicon Valley. I can see it now. It's the world of The Last Starfighter, 1984, directed by Nick Castle. It's famous for being the first film to utilize realistic CG, but I couldn't care less about that. See, I was mesmerized by the beautifully refined mech designs. It even made me wish that I could be one of them myself. Especially the Gunstar spacecraft. No other sci-fi movie has ever had.
So, yeah, where'd your hybrid car
You're a
get
weird
stolen?
one, mister, so where's your car?
Sorry, I got off topic. I noticed it was missing after I finished my lunch and walked out of the diner. Incidentally, this diner was located at the entrance to a small town just south off the I-10. I went out to get back in it, but my hybrid car was nowhere to be found. I remembered exactly where I'd parked it, right between a blue pickup truck and a hedgerow. But when I came back from lunch, it had completely vanished.
You don't say.
In short, someone stole it. And in its place, they left me this.
Skateboard.
What?
A skateboard.
A skateboard?
Yes. While I was sliding my lunch into my stuff, someone was busy replacing my brand new hybrid car with a wooden board attached to 4 wheels. Remarkable, don't you think?
Remarkable. Amazing. Fantastic.
So
Beautiful.
then how did you get here?
By riding the skateboard, obviously.
I
Why
know
do
how
you
to
look so
shred some
surprised?
mad gnar.
No, I couldn't ride the board very well at first. But by the time I hit the 3-mile mark, I'd more or less gotten the hang of it. By the 10-mile mark, I'd even learned to do a few tricks.
I can
It
do
was
a
a journey
kickflip,
of
a
self-discovery.
heel flip, a kickflip.
Not even I knew I had this latent talent sleeping inside me.
If only I had picked this up years ago, I'd be in the X Games by now. Anyway, about
When
the
you
murder.
say it was like something from a TV
Enough
show,
about
what
my
exactly do you
skateboard.
mean?
Hey, mister, why do you look so excited, huh? Like a kid asking grandma to read him a fairy tale.
I just can't seem to keep myself away from young women who died in bizarre ways.
David's so very much regretting the fact that he came out here to talk to him.
Well, I ain't seen it with my own eyes, but folks say they found the body hanging under a bridge on the bayou. And under that bridge, there was some kind of altar,
An altar?
like something they use in black magic. Something horrible.
Voodoo?
Nah, wasn't nothing like that. Just a weird altar.
That's all?
Oh, and the body was all cut up in pieces, scattered around the altar like.
So she was sacrificed.
That's what the fella who discovered
feller.
her said, yeah.
Bingo, Zach.
Bingo, Zach.
This case has got our names all over it.
This summer's gonna be another hot one. It's supposed to get over 95 today. Watch out you don't go getting heat stroke.
The Lise Clarkson case needs us.
Completely
Don't you think so,
ignoring him.
Zach? The cat people are what guided us to New Orleans. We should be thanking Malcolm McDowell. Once we get home, let's watch Blue Thunder again. I'm already looking forward to it. Aren't you, Zach? Zach,
Zach.
the searing light. It's the deep south. That was a fabulous breakfast. You're the world's
didn't even eat
greatest
any of
chef.
it.
Wait, mister. You didn't take a single bite.
Well, the tea was to die for. But I'd prefer coffee next time.
Yeah, he
What would
needs
a
the
morning
coffee.
be without coffee?
Can't go without it. wonder how far that would have faded away if I didn't press the button. Ta-da! Oh, here we go. Why does he look so, like, huge? Like, he's his shoulders are so broad. Hello? That is a fucking massive pie. Holy shit. That thing is huge. Big ass soups. Whatever those are. Good God. And a pizza? Chicken wings? Right next to the desserts? It's like you want me to get fat. Hold on, excuse me, let me through here, please. I need to get dressed for the day. There's my room. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Wait, I have a message? Return to York's room and review the case. I'm on it. No going downstairs. No one can leave. It's awfully wet down here. Whoop. I hit the button for the red room. Journal, inventory, map, config, title screen, album, guidebook, data. Cool. Well, now we know what that button does. Hello, yes, it's me. There's that suit.
San Rouge.
There's the boy.
We're chasing it all over America. But I feel like we're finally on the verge of finding something now. Don't you, Zach? I think it's about time we ordered a new briefcase. Yes, I know this one carries a lot of memories, but it's seen too much.
Seen too much.
This hole's from the shootout in Tucson. And this stain's from Miami. Miami. Now that was a fascinating case. Billy, our perp, cut his own torso right in two. Even with the help of the drugs, a feat like that still requires incredible mental fortitude.
An interesting feller.
I was so impressed that I forgot I'd left my briefcase on the floor. Same floor his blood gushed out onto.
Anyway.
I know, Zach, I know. Now isn't the time for a trip down memory lane.
Evidence organization start.
An emergent drug that's been on the rise in 4 southern states. Personally, I think it originated right here in Louisiana. And Lise Clarkson's murder must be connected to it somehow. The 16-year-old girl who was murdered, her body was found beneath a bridge over the bayou, along with a strange altar.
PJ.
The powerful man who essentially controls the town of Lucare. And he seems to be more fearsome than your average gangster. I doubt he'll be willing to cooperate with any law enforcement, Zach.
Well, got all the evidence done. Case closed. Solved it. We're through here, boys.
You know, I keep thinking about that movie we stopped to see on our way here, Zach. The Island, 2005, directed by Michael Bay. For a movie being shown at a cinema complex, it was surprisingly artistic. An experimental setting mixed with hard-hitting drama. It was art house sci-fi. That director's going to change the history of art house films. Are you following me here? This is another special film that's setting a new standard, just like Star Wars and Blade Runner did. This is a turning point, Zach. You may be witnessing the birth of a vital new word that will soon become a part of film history. Yes, this single movie may be responsible for creating a whole new genre several years down the line. A genre known as island movies. I sure like the sound of that. Don't you, Zach?
Interesting man, Mr. Morgan. Answer the door. Who's there? The link board. Who dare interrupt me in my surprisingly giant hotel room? What the fuck is this? Talking about weird altars and you got that shit just right in your room? There you go, pee-pee. Go to bathroom. Mr. Chef Man.
Hey there, Chef. What's cooking?
Chef,
What's cooking, good looking?
what are you talking about, sir? I'm the concierge, David. I just heard from our chef that you wish to learn the meaning behind our town's name.
Sure.
Yes, I've gathered that lucare is French, but does it have any special meaning?
Why, yes, sir, of course it does. A very clear, logical meaning. All names have meanings. Would you like to know what this one means?
Yes, I would.
Jolly good, sir. Then allow me to explain. Lucare means square in French.
Ah,
You don't say.
and
That's
that's it?
yes. That
Means this town is
sir.
literally a square.
Do take a gander at the town map in the lobby if it fancies you. It's beautiful, valuable, and old. I'm sure you'll understand once you see it. Now, please excuse me, sir. If you ever need anything, please don't
If you ever
hesitate
need
to
anything,
ask.
please leave me alone.
Did you see that, Zach? That was clearly David. Not a twin, not a split personality, just the work of a true professional. It's bizarre, but I can understand it. Remember what they say, the job makes
Job
the
makes
man.
the man, and the man makes the man. The job makes the man, and the man makes the bed. Cool. Now I go to bathroom. Gotta pee. Take a shower. Not that stinky. Let's have a nap. What's in the briefcase? A toolbox, okay. We got rubber bullets, first aid kits, a cola, cigarettes and lollipops. Cool. Can I take out a cup of coffee? Butter cookie sleeping bag? Sure. How much stuff can I carry? I can carry a surprisingly high amount of things. Who's that man just standing in the hallway up there? Big mirror,
Do you
right, Zach?
feel that, Zach? Dozens of paintings no one will ever see. The faint scent of tobacco baked into these walls for over a century. Now that's what I call a hotel. Zach, can you see him?
Do you see the man?
His fashion sense is beyond me, but
He appears to be a gentleman.
Perhaps we should talk to him.
Hello? Are you a gentleman?
Nice tie. Did you buy it here?
Wait, you can see me?
It's been a long time since someone spoke to me. No one
the
these
fuck is
days
going
ever
on?
tries to see me.
They can see what's far in the distance, but are blind to what's in front of them. No. Maybe they're only pretending not to see. That's what civilized society does to people.
Exactly. Ever since mankind got their hands on civilization, they zoomed away at a frightening speed.
Zoomed away from what?
Zoomed away from looking like a weirdo talking to pictures on the wall.
Don't be a fool. You know the answer. As for me, just call me Hoongan.
Hoongan. Title given to a leader in a certain religion. Is that what you are?
What the flip?
Do you comprehend the Oracle?
I am not drunk enough for this game.
The Oracle. Put on your religion hat, Zach. Here
Put
we
on
go.
your religion hat.
Felton maidens, in the shrine of hunger,
What?
find the flying serpent in the ambiguous zero. Dance with the flying serpent, and you will glimpse the other world.
10 maidens and an ambiguous zero. Got it. But what do you mean by otherworld?
This is already making my head spin.
Follow the Oracle.
Oh. Hey, what's going on,
Zach,
Alex?
did you hear all that? Looks like we've already
finished
taken our
watching The
first
Hangover
step
Part 2.
into chaos.
Oh, you gotta do what you gotta do.
But such is our duty. We need to accept the chaos, let it inside, then carefully dismantle it piece by piece. And after we've put all the pieces back into their rightful places, the truth will reveal
Well, this
itself.
is for me, zombie in and out. Alright, yeah.
Let's capture the
you know,
truth
do whatever.
and present it with a
Pop in
shiny
and out.
pair of silver bracelets, Zach.
I know you don't want to be spoiled on this game, so it's totally fair. That lady's barely even sitting on that thing. I don't need to make a phone call. It still okay. It still just tells me to check out that, but I want to fully investigate. Another bathroom. This looks like something. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt? I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There are combos. Detective vision. They did that? No, they just showed me where the bathroom was. I already know where that is. Oh yeah, no, that's... Whoops. No. Oh, I'm losing it. Can I talk to this guy? Inspect.
Zach, here's another perfect symbol of the human condition. Hunting trophies. And it's a buffalo hunting trophy. Now that's a surprise. I've seen several trophies made out of human skin, but never a buffalo's.
That's a weird
Looking
thing
at
to
him
say.
brings out this strange feeling from within me. Yes, the very same feeling I got when watching a certain film from 1984, directed by Peter Hyams. 2010. The last scene in that film filled me with such a sublime, majestic feeling. It was filled with everything that was missing from the finale of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Just talking about it makes me want to watch it again. Let's watch it once we get home. Promise, Zach.
My knee is killing me. I've been there. Buy. I don't need to buy. My knee got hurt so bad. That happens. All this exercise I'm doing is painful. Yeah. Getting back into exercise is not fun. But hold on, I'm gonna go on just a break for just a second. I'm gonna make myself a new drink, and I'll be right back. Alright, we back in this B. Data. I guess I don't I don't have to manually save, I guess it just auto-saves. Let's inspect this map of Lucaria, Louisiana.
Zach, this is Lucare. I think I'm finally starting to understand what our concierge was trying to
Lucaria
say.
means square.
You can tell this town was built by a
And it's
very
literally a
methodical
fucking
person.
square.
No, wait. Maybe they just didn't care, and that's why it ended up this way. It's just another symbol of mankind's obsession with molding nature to fit our own rules.
Mr. Philosophy joins us one more time. I thought it was going to be a bigger cutscene than that. Map. I've committed it to memory.
Zach, what did you think of Hungun's oracle? Despite all the dramatic build-up, it's little more than a childish riddle. Heartwarming, really. Exactly the kind of feeling one gets from the good old-fashioned countryside.
Oracle decryption stored.
Now let's start by tracking down those 10 maidens. The oracle gave us a place and an act. We need to go to the Shrine of Hunger and fell 10
Shrine of
maidens.
Hunger and fell 10
Now
maidens.
where in this town can one satiate their hunger? The hotel and where? And the 10 things that need to be knocked down. Simple, right? Alexis's Diner and Lane.
The diner and the lane and the bowling alley.
This is it, Zach.
Perfect.
There are even pins and a bowling ball on the sign. I bet we'll be able to eat some Cajun cuisine and bowl there. Maybe even both
A
at the
bowling
same
ball
time.
in one hand and a nice Cajun cuisine in the
Nice
other.
job, Zach. I knew you'd be able to find it. Now for the other oracle. There's no flying serpent on this map. Could it be a contrail or perhaps a dragon? First, let's just figure out where we... Do you know what the ambiguous 0 represents?
The ambiguous
0 is usually treated as a base number. But under what conditions would a base number be ambiguous? The answer is temperature, Zach. Yes.
Temperature.
0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 17.7 degrees Celsius, and 0 degrees Celsius is 32
like a-
degrees Fahrenheit. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more ambiguous 0 than that. The Clarkson Food Delivery Services Cold Storage Warehouse. That's got to be it.
So I got it.
Even with this blazing sun in the sky, they can easily keep the
Yes,
temperature
'cause
below
the freezer.
freezing.
I see.
Be honest now, Zach. You knew the answer from the very start, didn't you?
Right, so we got. Yeah, I got 15 whole bucks. Hell yeah. I'm rich.
And how about that Hungun? What a mysterious character. His oracles may end up determining how much time we spend in this town.
Reading for that SIG.
Sorry, boss, but this is a smoke-free
Oh, sorry,
hotel.
David.
If you're dying to smoke, head out the entrance and you'll find a smoking area in the rear parking lot.
Don't tell me. You're the
At
bellboy.
your service, boss.
David Bellboy. Man of many hats, I see.
Are you good friends with the concierge and the chef?
We work at the same place, yeah. But, I can't really say whether we're good friends
They
with
all
each
suck.
other. We're all professionals, though. Nothing more, nothing less.
I believe we've struck gold here, Zach. It just
I'll
screams
say.
deep south, actually. No, it doesn't. This is all his charm. So, if I want to smoke, I should go out the entrance and around to the rear
Yep.
parking lot?
Bada bing,
Bada
bada
bing,
boom.
boom. Coolest smokes in the room.
Okay. I'll play by your rules.
New quest. Go smoke. Alrighty. Oh, see, this did turn into something. Damn controller's ghosting on me. Stop it.
Hiya, boss. How can I be of service?
boss, please. I know you're, but if you're ever in need of see, despite how I may look, I've actually built up quite the network around here.
Hey, what's going on, Greg? What's up, bud? Yeah, that's the bellboy, David. He's also the chef and the concierge. Very interesting man. I'm gonna go outside. Busy fella. That's understandable. What's been keeping you busy? Now it's time to smoke. Artsy shots.
Compared to non-smokers, smokers have a 4.7 times greater
Hey,
chance
you shut
of
up,
getting lung
kid.
disease.
One day you'll find out that stuff
You know
like
that
this and
means it's
alcohol
more
becomes
likely
very
than getting
important to
asbestos
human
poisoning?
life.
The risk of death from lung cancer is actually much lower than what you think it is. In fact, it's tiny when compared to heart disease, strokes, and pneumonia.
Got potatoes in the
We're always
oven?
surrounded by easy ways to die, you know. Some people even get randomly struck by lightning and die right there on the spot.
Then I reckon you also know that secondhand smokers have 1.3 times greater the risk compared to smokers?
Of course.
So you won't mind paying the damages when I die of lung disease? How about writing that in a contract for me? You got a pen, right?
What do you think, just because I'm an FBI agent that I have a pen on me at all times? Who told you that I was an FBI agent? Does he own the hotel as well? Who?
I promise
David,
to protect
probably.
you from all the evil in our world. Well, that's stupid. By the way, what's your name?
FBI,
FBI Special Agent
Francis
Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York.
Call
That's
me
what
York,
everyone calls
baby.
me.
Is something wrong?
No,
with
what's
you?
wrong with me? What's
Adults
wrong with
ain't
you?
Supposed to act like
Walking
that.
up, talking
I
about
only
people
asked for
being
your
like,
name
hey,
so I can
you
write it
gotta
on the
quit
contract.
smoking.
You should have been able to figure that out if you're a real FBI agent like you said. Come on, sign
How's
here.
the game?
Right
It's
here on the
pretty
paper.
good so far. There hasn't been much gameplay yet, but
Just as I thought, Zach. This contract paper.
Saint
It's a
Rouge.
San Rouge wrapper. San Rouge is
How
here,
long
too.
before Laura Dern shows
This
up
must
having heard
mean
all your
that
tape
San
messages?
Rouge is connected to the Lees Clarkson murder case
I give it
somehow.
2.5
This is a
days.
sprawling case that spread across the entire South. It's within our jurisdiction, Zach.
Oh,
We'll
I'm
need to steal the right to investigate
I'm
from
fucking
local
pumped to play through
authorities
this
at
game.
once. By the way, miss, what's your name?
I need more
Patricia
deadly
Woods.
premonition
But I gotta write my
weirdness
name
in my
myself,
life.
or else it won't be a real signature.
Patricia Woods.
Tell me, Patricia, does this town have a sheriff? Or is it under the jurisdiction of the nearest city police?
Back off, dude.
Perfect timing. Well, go on and steal it if
that?
you want it. I was just thinking about how this is way out of my daddy's league.
Thank you for the information, Patricia. Okay, Zach, it's time to get to work. How should we seize control from the sheriff this
I
time?
can't fucking wait. I can't wait to meet this sheriff. I bet they're fucking weird. Run, crouch, dodge, move camera, melee attack, and red run. Crouch. Where's crouch? I'm a crouching. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's how you know. You can just sit here and fucking cyclone at like 15 frames a second. This is wonderful. Hell yeah. Sign me up. I'll buy 11 copies. I dare you to stop me. Hello, sir.
Hey there. So, you're the fella from the FBI I've been hearing so much about.
And you're the man with the cool
I'm Mel.
van. I hear
They
you
call
also
me
have
the
a plan.
sheriff round here.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan? But call me York if you can.
He's crouch walking so
That's what
loudly.
everyone calls me.
Huh? Well, all right.
Fucking Melvin.
Mr. York.
Mr. York.
How's
Just call
that
me
sound?
York. Or Mr.
Fine
York.
by me.
Mr. York was my dad.
I'm sure you figured this out. But our towns are
Screaming
small.
into the void about Hangover Part 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Folks
they
are
didn't
already
need a Part
busy
2.
spreading gossip about how some FBI agents come to town. Now, I reckon you came from the city. What was it? D.C., L.A., or New York? Anywho, in the city, it's normal not to know who your neighbor is. Fella who moves in next to you could cook up a dozen folks in his backyard, and no one would bat an eye.
Yeah, but
That's the city.
what's
for you.
wrong with your shirt?
Now, I never lived in one myself, but I
Why is
visited
it
them a few
bunching
times, so
like around the
I know what it's
crotchal
like.
region? Are you actually wearing a onesie?
all pigs must die in the city of
What are you
wolves.
talking about, man?
Yeah. Now, does that sound badass or what? I bet you'd.
Ow, my dick.
I know, CLG. I'm just trying to make a little small talk, that's all. Anywho, round these parts, everyone knows each other's name. So lots of folks get leery when they see an étranger like you. And since
Étranger.
it's my duty to protect the
You
town,
throwing that French,
I thought I'd stop by and say
throwing some of
hello.
that Creole at me?
Zach, it looks like this sheriff is quite the happy-go-lucky type. A clear indication of just how peaceful this town is. Melvin, about the Lise Clarkson
I
case.
knew you were here for that
Yeah,
case.
you called it.
Can't put one past the FBI. Mm. So they even
This
got
dude
eyes
legit
on the
looks like he's out of
smallest
a
towns
PS2
like us,
game.
huh? Our world is filled with information.
And you know
it's
what? I
all
wouldn't have it
within
any
their
other way.
grasp. FBI.
This is
the
fucking
Federal
fantastic.
Bureau
I'm
of
here for this.
Investigation.
She's like, whatever. This dude's always like this.
The Lise Clarkson case is connected to a top-secret case that we've...
I know. If you're fixing to take the lead, then go right ahead. I'm just the humble sheriff of a tiny little town. My jobs are to stop my neighbors from beating the piss out of each other and listen to old folks complain. Honestly, this whole murder case has been weighing me down.
You didn't even have to
So
convince
I'ma
him. He
give you my
just
full
like, here, I'll give you the
cooperation.
case. You
Mr.
got it.
Special Agent, sir.
Well, Zach, that was anticlimactic. I didn't even get to use my secret weapon. Melvin, there's a cold storage warehouse on the southern end of town, isn't there?
Take me there
I'd
in
like
your
to get
fancy
permission
van.
to enter it.
Say what?
You want to see where the body's being kept, right?
Oh, I get it now. Lisa's body, yeah. Now, that's what I call a special agent. You already figured that much out. Mm.
Yeah, my secret weapon is schizophrenia.
But, I'm not too sure that, going down there at this point is really gonna
Why?
help
Why
much.
wouldn't it help?
You know?
Explain it yourself, Daddy.
What?
That's incredible. I don't
Amazing.
believe this. Amazing.
Incredible. Fantastic.
Did you hear that, Zach? They put the body in a cold storage warehouse. This is fantastic.
Fantastic.
Insanely fantastic.
Really? Well,
Even Melvin's like, back
How
up off
about
me,
that?
dude.
well, all right then. I'll head on down to the warehouse ahead of you and make sure we get permission to search it.
Sounds good.
The management company only keeps the warehouse open during certain hours, so you'll have to come during those hours. I ain't looking to create any further disturbances. So be on time.
You got it.
Got it? Come on, let's roll, CLG.
I'm gonna walk home, Daddy. I still got another stop to make.
Oh, If you
What the
say
hell does
so,
CLG
sweetie.
mean? Did I miss that?
She's a real sharp one, as you can see, so I try to stay out of her way. Well, all right then, York. I'll see you at the warehouse.
All right, catch you later. Now then, which button pulls out the skateboard? So holy fuck! I just got bombarded. There's shit everywhere. Why are you standing here? Go away. God. Yeah! Skateboard! Yeah, boys, here we go. Look out, Tony Hawk. Oh, shit. The frame rate, yeah, the frame rate's a little rough.
Hey, you.
But you know what? That's exactly how I want it.
You ain't secretly cutting kids up and sticking them into jars while you work as an FBI agent on the
You
surface,
have a twisted
are you?
worldview, little child.
Or using your FBI connections to sell kids to child trafficking organizations?
I've arrested people who've done both, but I've never engaged in
Part of
either of those
Birdhouse? I
activities
hope so.
myself. Of course, I have imagined doing such things in order to learn more about the psychology of the criminals I deal with.
Weirding me out, York.
It was just a joke. Why are you getting all serious? And don't tell me what you imagine,
Yes, please don't tell me the things that you imagine. I don't want to know.
or else I'll get scared of you for real.
Okay.
Hey, can I come with you? You signed a contract with me, remember? And besides, I'm kind of worried
Alright,
about
you
my
can keep
dad.
up with me on one condition. Is if you can keep up with me on a skateboard.
Do whatever you like. This is America, land of the free. But I have one condition.
What condition?
Don't ask me
Don't
about
ever
Zach.
ask about Zach.
It's a private
Don't bring it
matter.
up.
Zach, it feels like she's carrying something with her.
Wear your mask.
Kind of reminds me of you.
You
back
can come
when
with
we
me
first
on
met.
one condition. If you can fucking nail a 900 on this half pipe,
Can't leave her alone like this. You feel
or
the
get
same way,
or
don't
get a
you?
combined run score of 60,000 points. Main quest, side quest, waypoint. So, big red exclamation point is main quest. Small red exclamation point is side quest. You think they could have like differentiated those better? Anyway, skateboard. Let's fucking go. Who wants a piece? Oh my god, the frame rate is so
Zach,
ass.
it looks like we were right on the money. Melvin called you a strange name. CLG, I
Yeah.
think. What exactly does that mean?
Clever little girl. That's what it stands for, at least. It's nice that he made up his own nickname for me and all,
zooming.
but it sounds kind of weird. I wish he'd call me something normal, like just Patricia or Patty, you know?
What's this?
Now that name's got
Oh,
a
sick
ring to
grind.
it. I like it. How about Zach and I?
You'll
call
never
you
have as many
Patty from
points
here
as
on
me.
Do whatever you like. Weirdo. You're heading to the warehouse, right? You gonna go straight there?
I didn't know
Well, I'm
Tony
not
Hawk
sure
was
yet.
in town.
I'll have to talk to Zach. We're also on a mission to fell 10 maidens, you see. I'm eager to visit Alexis's diner in Lane, but we've only just arrived.
You'll
in this
never
town, so
defeat me.
It might be nice to stroll
I'm
around a bit.
unstoppable.
What? I thought you came here to investigate.
Patty, you're still just a child. Why do you worry so much?
Oh,
We're
fucking
born to-
fantastic. I love it. Oh, am I already at the warehouse? No, this is the sheriff's department. Get the fuck out of here. Suck it, Tony Hawk. There's your 900, Tony Hawk. Have a piece of that. Oh, this is a payphone. I thought it was gonna be something funny. The hell do you think you're going? Nobody can go this way. They've put a fence over my sidewalk. How am I supposed to continue walking? Let's see, which one? So that one has the time limit on it. bowling later. Let's skateboard. Hold on, what time even is it? How am I supposed to know? It's 9:18. So I have plenty of time to go bowling. Let's go fucking bowling. Thank you for the clip.
So, what do you think of him? Yes, we're talking about him. Boondock, is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe? Or does he merely
Too
exist
fast.
outside the realms
Gotta
of
slow down.
Still too
Doing
early
speed
to tell,
lines on the
but
side
it's
of the
clear
screen.
that
I'm
he'll
ripping
be key
ass.
to uncovering this case's mysteries. That's what my soul tells me.
I just wish I could do tricks.
By the way, Zach, Boondock feels very familiar to me. You might even say he reminds me of someone.
If you get going too fast on your skateboard in town, the frame rate fucking dies. Oh, I hit that person on my board and they charged me $6 for it. I'm sorry about your shins. Is this your only form of transportation? So far, yeah. You either hoof it, or you set foot on that skateboard and by God you skate.
Patty, is something
Have
wrong?
you never been to a bowling alley before?
I got something to say. When I first met you in the hotel parking lot, you mentioned Saint Rouge, right?
Yes.
If you want to find it, maybe you should track down Professor R.
Who is this mysterious professor?
Professor R.
Yeah. Professor R owns the jazz bar on the other side of the bayou.
How do you know
Have you
that?
been?
Because
Because, huh? Interesting.
Oh, no flaw in that logic. Alexis's Owl's Nest. Cool. Let's go fucking bowling. I have unlocked access to Alexis's. Hello. Ah, yes. Indoors, where the frame rate is slightly better. Is this? Oh, this is where the bowling happens? You only have one lane? Strange. Is there plastic wrap all over this table? Or am I seeing things? Yes, I'll have 2 burgers, a side of fries, and 10 frames, please. Oh, bowling granny. My God, the concentration. Oh, what a play.
10 maidens, Zach. Let's topple their hourglass figures and complete this oracle once and for all.
Oh my lord. I don't believe I've seen you around here before. Sorry,
Wait, her
honey,
last name
but
is
you can't
Jawara,
smoke
too.
in here. Since you're
Does she
with
know
Patricia,
David
I'm
from the
guessing you're
Iron
some friend of
Pineapple?
Melvin's.
He's Agent York from the FBI. This is Alexis, the owner
Aw.
of this restaurant. I'm helping out Agent York in his investigation. We signed a contract.
Did we
Oh
now?
my lord. Well, ain't that something?
This is my
I'm
badge.
FBI Special Agent
I
Francis
brought
York
it from
Morgan.
home.
Please, call me York. Everyone's always called me that.
Oh my lord. Well, that's got to be the strangest introduction I've ever heard. No wonder everyone in town's
Wait,
been
there's a
talking
Greenvale
about you.
sign on the wall back there. Have to investigate. The hell are you laughing at? Ain't nothing funny.
I want
This
a
is a
chocolate
murder
sundae,
investigation.
But no cherries. I want 2 wafers instead. Don't put too many Rice Krispies on it. Oh, but don't scrimp on the chocolate syrup either.
Oh my lord. And what'll it be for you, honey?
Coffee. Coffee, please.
Alexis, are these photos of the town?
Oh, you like my pictures? My hobby's collecting snapshots of what our town used to be like. So whenever someone gives me an old picture, I just put it up here on display. Our world these days feels a bit cold to me, you know? Just thought it'd be nice to help folks remember what it was like in the good old days.
Zach, did you hear that? The good old days. Even in a remote town that's already far behind the times, there are still people who yearn for the past.
Did you hear that, Zach? Some people are fucking weird.
She told me what was going on, you know.
What?
Lise, you don't need to try and hide it from me, honey. Last time she came here, she told me all about it. Some odd fella was following her around, stalking her like.
What kind of
What
fellow?
kind of fellow? Was he an odd
She
fellow?
said he had a really tall
or a
shadow.
strange fellow?
How tall?
As tall as an oak tree.
Did that ring any bells for you?
Sadly, it didn't.
We don't have any tall people in this town.
I know just about everyone
Everybody
in
is
this here
5'9"
town,
and below.
but I ain't never seen a man who stands that tall. Maybe it really was an oak tree, and she just mistook it for someone. Sometimes the silhouettes of them trees, with lots of Spanish moss hanging down,
Don't spike the camera.
make me feel a little funny too.
I don't think so, Alexis. Lise said the shadow was following her, correct? That means she must have been stalked by a man as tall as an oak tree. If she had only mistaken an oak tree for a person, she wouldn't have described it that way. She might have said,
It felt like a crowd of people was staring at me.
yes, exactly. She certainly wouldn't
She's
have talked
smarter
about
than you
being
are,
followed
York.
by someone. Thank you, Patty. Zach, this data is all very intriguing, but it isn't the answer we're looking for. We came to knock down the 10 maidens, remember?
Yeah, we have to go bowling.
Oh, yeah!
Granny, get off the lanes.
Oh, I got a turkey!
Truly mesmerizing, Zach.
Oak Orville.
This is why I never tire of small-town investigations. Same goes for you, right?
In the battle of two towering titans. Put me on the lanes. There's so much stuff in here. What is this? Is that a hunk? What's for sale? Special sale for sunburn customers only? Interesting. Perhaps that might be a future gameplay mechanic. What is this? Greenvale Wood. I think for a hot second back there, the frame rate almost hit 60. It got awful close. Would you like to bowl?
Agent York, if you're fixing to bowl, you're gonna be disappointed. Mrs. Carpenter never lets anyone else use the lane while she's here.
What?
Patty, that's exactly what I came to do.
I
You see,
think I can
Zach and
take
I
her.
need to bowl down 10 maidens.
Fine, go on and try if you wanna, but I'm gonna eat my sundae.
This is so deliciously deadly premonition. I know, it's fucking great.
Hey! Are you nuts?
Oh, I see a message.
What's the most addictive drug in the world?
How should I know?
It's sugar, Patty. Far more people die from obesity and diabetes than from cocaine and heroin. Alexis, would you give her some milk?
Oh, my Lord. Coming right up, honey.
Alexis is already so done with his shit.
Sugar might be dangerous, but it ain't against the law. You got no right to take that from me, even if you are some FBI agent.
Actually,
You're
Patty,
under
I do.
arrest for sugar.
We signed a contract, remember? I promised to protect you from all the evil in our world.
Hey!
What engine is this? I have no idea.
Delicious. What an amazing
God.
chocolate sundae. Zach, I
Just
think we
devoured
just
that
uncovered
thing.
an incredible treasure here. I feel like I could eat one of these every day while we're in this
Just-
town.
Unhinged his jaw. And he just knocked it back like it was a shot. Oh, fantastic. I'm gonna tell this old lady to get the fucking. I'll go kick the pins. Who needs a ball? Can you bowl? I'm finna try. But Patty was like, "Oh, this old lady. Whenever she's here, she doesn't let anybody else bowl. I'll show her a thing or two." These are my voodoo dolls, Patrick and Norbert.
Excuse me, ma'am.
They've only beaten me in a game
howdy,
once.
stranger. My, you're a handsome one. You came out here from the city, didn't you? I can always spot you city folk from a mile away.
Miss Carpenter.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Would you mind calling me
Mind
York,
if I
ma'am?
challenge you to a game of 10 frames?
Oh, so you are from the FBI. I thought as much. So sophisticated. Well, my horoscope in the paper today told me I'd be meeting someone new. And those horoscopes never miss. They're the
That's just one
real
of those
deal.
horoscope people.
Well, one even predicted when I'd bowl my first perfect
Did he get it right?
game. Oh no! Oh, could you stand a bit closer
What?
to me? Whew, that was a close one. If you move any further that way, you'll cast a shadow over the lane. Well, the sheriff did that once, and something horrible happened. The next time I bowled, I got a gutter
No.
ball.
The horror.
First time in
Not a
12
gutter
years.
ball.
I was mortified. And I am going to make sure nothing like that ever happens again. In our world, some routines lead to good things, while others only lead to the bad. So, you mustn't ever cast a shadow over the lane. Is that understood?
Yeah. Clear as a crisp spring morning.
It's her routine, Zach. Understand? Just like us and coffee. Incidentally, ma'am, would you mind letting me use this lane too? I'm investigating the Lise Clarkson murder case. And I need to topple 10 maidens, no matter what it takes.
No, absolutely
Wow, rude.
not. Not even the FBI can
Ma'am,
take
I'm
my
coming
lane
during
from
this
me.
bowling
I
lane.
haven't given it up once ever since my husband passed away over a decade ago. I'll never break my promise to him.
But
What?
Now, if you'll excuse me.
It's okay. All I have to do is cast a shadow on it. The wind up. And the pitch.
Ooh, you like that?
Who do you think you are? I am.
That's what I'm talking about. Who's your mama?
Zach, it looks like negotiations have failed. Now I'm afraid we have no choice but to
Negotiations have
force her to
failed.
let us use
We'll
her
have to turn
bowling
to the
lane.
one, the next thing
Yes,
in
I
the
know.
playbook.
I won't do anything illegal.
Interrogations. Be selfish for a carpenter. Ah. I know. Let's change her name to something funny. That'll make her leave. What if I do this? Do your precious bowling now, Miss Carpenter. See, maybe Patty will have some insight.
Just hurry and finish up your investigation already. Can't stand being inside this place without a chocolate sundae. Not even for a second.
Sorry I
Don't worry,
ruined your
Patty.
day.
I'll knock down those 10 maidens in the blink of an eye. You just wait here and drink your milk.
Meh.
Drink your milk, Stinky. You need it to build strong bones and muscles. Miss Carpenter, move your ass. I'm trying to bowl here.
Excuse me, Mrs. Carpenter.
Stop! Not now! Can't you see I'm already in my
What the
bowling
fuck?
stance?
I'm in my bowling stance.
What, are you blind?
Is she praying? It looked like it. Praying to the bowling gods.
Holy
she
mother
is.
of bowling
What the
balls.
fuck?
Let me pick up this split. Holy...
What the frick are you doing? Hee-hoo!
always works on a split. Oh, yeah, never
Write
fails.
that down.
Zach, our new friend, appears to be a very superstitious lady. We should try and utilize this trait of hers in order to gain access to the lane for a bit. That was an amazing shot, Mrs. Carpenter. In fact, it may have been the most amazing shot I've ever seen.
None have ever done it better. Not even Bowling Shoes Johnson.
Speaking of which, where did you happen to find all those neat little items? The ones you used to help you bowl that split just now?
Ooh, you got a keen eye there, Mr. Special Agent. Taking a liking to my collection, have you?
No, I don't like your collection, actually.
Oh, yes. A great
But I'm
liking.
going to pretend
I
to get you
buy
off the
all my
lane.
charms and power stones from Erzuli Frida.
Erzuli Frida.
Erzuli Freda.
Yes, it's a mystical establishment run by the...
The mirror.
If you're interested, I can mark it on
Here,
your map for
give me that fucking map of yours and a pen. I'm gonna write this shit down so you don't forget.
Zach, this is it. Erzuli Frida. There must be a treasure trove of dubious trinkets on sale there. We may even be able to find something capable of changing her mind.
The fucking
It really feels like
buy
we're
her
in
some,
the
like,
deep
cursed
south
item.
now, doesn't it?
The shop owner is gonna be like, this is this little voodoo doll will make sure that you always bowl gutter balls. I'm like, oh, fantastic. What a wondrous item. Come along, Patty, to Erzuli Frida. I'll fucking race you there. You don't even have a skateboard. No, this game is fantastic. I've only been playing it for like 2 hours and I'm already in love. Now then.
I thought you came here to bowl.
Yes, I did.
Then why are you leaving? You gave up on trying to convince Mrs.
No, I
Carpenter to
haven't
let
given
you
up on
play?
that.
No, Patty, neither Zach nor I have given up on anything. We're
I
just
never
going
give
to
up on
stop by
anything.
Erzuli Frida.
Erzuli Frida?
Does this look like the
What do you
stance of a
want with
man that
that
gives up?
place?
What do you know about it, Patty?
It's a dumb store that sells stupid voodoo charms and even stupider
Oh, don't be
souvenirs.
so mean.
No one who actually lives here would ever be caught dead there. Daddy even told me to steer clear of it.
And why is that?
Can I kick the balloon?
'Cause they sell guns.
Why is the
You mean
crowd
Erzuli
going
Frida
so
is a
loud?
gun shop?
It's kind
Yeah. Hip hop shaw. Oh. What the fuck is this car? Hey, do one of you guys own this? Can I have it? Please and thank you. Here's my map. I've played a video game. I think I know how to do a map. There's Erzuli Frida. Oh, it's right down the street. Perfect. How's the skateboarding? You tell me. Here we go. Fucking flying.
Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans
You
were
watch
like
Super
this.
Best Friends?
All
Yeah, I gotta
rusted
watch
out
that
and
too.
undergoing maintenance. The city was built on a swamp, so the ground is soft. All it takes is some heavy rain to cave it all in. There were also a lot of places where large tree roots were pushing up parts of the asphalt and the sidewalk. Those bumps were
If I
dangerous.
keep going in
even
a
if you
straight
stole
line,
a
it's
car.
gonna fly into the
This
nothingness.
town is different. The streets are all paved so cleanly that we can
Gonna get
skate
smoked by a
without
car.
care in the world, and there's hardly any trash or graffiti to be found anywhere.
Oh, that went just as I expected it to, and it was amazing. running so fast, but I'm moving so slow. We've made it. Erzule Freda.
A voodoo shop. It's a
Going
voodoo
in.
shop.
Just looks like a dumb souvenir shop to me.
Of course it does, Patty. You're much too young to understand the true value of such a place.
You're too young to understand voodoo. I understand it perfectly. I'm an FBI agent. Let me in. Oh my god. Hey, I have one of those in my hotel room.
This is all kids stuff.
Kid stuff.
It's just a bunch of charms. I'm allowed to watch TV and go on the internet, but I ain't allowed in here?
Yeah, there's much worse things on the internet.
My daddy makes no sense sometimes. You agree, right, Agent York? This is all just kid stuff.
Look at this, Zach. All the mysticism of the Deep South gathered up into one quaint little shop. This is 100 times more exciting than the FBI evidence vault.
Fantastic.
It's a vast treasure chest. So much to study, so much to learn.
I have to talk to this man. His name is the Mirror. Would you be my friend, Mr. the Mirror? Where'd your teeth go? Oh my god.
Thou art a seeker, and I see the object of thy desire.
Even York's like, this dude's weird.
Doth this be what thou
Yes.
seekest?
That is exactly what I seek. I'll buy 3.
I could sell it to thee now. And only now. Surely fortune shall not bless
What
thee
the
with
fuck is
another
going
chance. Purchase this, and know that thy wishes shall be granted.
That's
You're crazy.
Even I can tell you're getting cheated, Agent York.
I disagree, Patty. This person can be trusted. I've been studying people for quite a while, so I can tell. That figurine is connected to our future.
My price is true. What say thee?
I'll buy it for $12.99 plus shipping and handling. He does not have any teeth. $30 bucks. Okay, you drive a hard bargain. Wearing a top hat, standing on 2 legs. He's also carrying a cane.
I'll buy it.
Thou art a man of refined taste. I am loath to part
You're talking
with it,
to a
but
mannequin?
'twould be a
Sure looks
fool's
like it.
errand to keep it from such a keen-eyed soul.
What's wrong
What's
with
wrong
you?
with you?
No normal person would ever buy a piece of junk like that. Not even at a garage
Hey,
sale.
don't besmirch garage sales, okay?
Marvelous, isn't it, Zach?
Marvelous. Fantastic. Wonderful.
What a treasure. I can't wait to use it.
Use it? Where? How?
Use an old lady carpenter.
Isn't it obvious, Patty? I'm going to put it in front of Mrs. Carpenter's house.
In front
Yeah,
of
it's
her
obvious. I
house?
would put it in front of her house.
Yes. I'm sure this figurine will stop her right in her tracks. And that'll give us a chance to finally topple the 10 maidens.
Are you serious?
Of course
Does
I
this
am.
look like the face
so
of
is Zach.
seriousness?
Aren't you?
I'm seriously wondering if I should quit helping you out with this.
Ooh, that one I have to do at night. Create any voodoo charm? Interesting. Hello, Mr. the Mirror.
Mihalama.
Charms, please.
Verily.
Charms can help you out. Necklaces boost bullets. Dolls boost physical. Incense boosts skateboard abilities. Create your own personal voodoo loadout. Hell yeah. There's like crafting. Fop doll.
I can see it. Thou hast.
I'll have to come back later. Whoop.
Whoa.
What the frick?
That was close.
Well, look at you, all standing there like you're expecting me to apologize. Huh, it's your fault for not paying attention.
It's one of the Clarksons.
What?
Got a moment?
Can't say I do. I'm in a hurry
Need
here.
something?
I won't take up too much of your time. I'd just like to ask you a few questions.
I said I'm in a hurry,
Hey.
Peckerwood.
Who you calling
Get out of my way.
Peckerwood?
Patty, who was that?
Kalina Clarkson. PJ Clarkson's second daughter, and Lisa's mother.
You hear that,
Zach.
Zach?
We found ourselves a Clarkson.
Oh, she's not here. My dolly. She's not here. My dolly
Are you talking
isn't here.
about this one? He pulls out the
One of the
alligator.
key persons in this case just came out of the woodwork to meet us. Now things are really getting interesting. Isn't that right, Zach?
Or Hammond May and the Stig. May I interest you in a talk? Oh. Never mind. What about you, sir? Okay. I'll leave you be. Let's leave. Alright then. What's this thing? I reached a waypoint. Cool. Oh. Okay, we out. Get a strike. I can't do that yet. Can't do that yet. Could go do that and have to wait until night to do that one. So inventory. Where might be? I don't know what the payphones are for, but I'm finna find out. perfect tail slide.
1 lollipop? 2 lollipops? 3 lollipops? Don't mind me, Zach. This is how I wake myself up.
Don't mind me, Zach. I'm just talking.
This town sure.
It's an interesting statue. It's like, hello, friends. Come on in. There we go. And now I found the save points. Thank you for saving. Because honestly, I think that might be where I stop for the day. Because my stomach is telling me it's dinner time. So I think that's where I'm going to end up calling this one. This is a fantastic video game so far. And I will be continuing it because I'm like compelled to play through this whole thing. Come hell or high water. So I'll definitely be continuing it at some point. Maybe later this week. Who knows? I mean, I got time. I got all the time in the world. Yeah, just as a real quick before I go, just thanks for stopping by and checking it out. I know it's been a while since I've had a stream, but anyway, yeah, take it easy, take care, keep yourselves safe and happy, and I'll catch y'all on the next time. So good day, goodbye.